Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Rivka and welcome to my channel. I was thinking that today we're going to talk about how to encourage ourselves and others to feel that we actually can make a difference, that we can do something about what's happening around. We can be capable in changing our situation. And sometimes changing situation is just how we able to see our situation and what we can do around ourselves, even in small ways, that make us more independent and less influence or less fearful or less our life is less difficult. I am very much aware that some people are in places where right now they are running into shelters or people that their amount of money for the month is not covering what they actually need. And there are a lot of things around that are very difficult. But within ourselves, within our community, within our everyday life, we can make a change and we can do something. And so that's a big thing that makes a difference in how we see the world. And the minute we see the world different, the world is changing because it is a reflection of what we see. So if we look at the world and we are very fearful, or we are very desperate, or we are feeling that we have no control of what's happening, that's the mirror. And in a sense, we have the what happens is that it sort of reflects what we are sending. It's like we're looking at the mirror all the time. And my suggestion is let's change that mirror, even if we're changing it a tiny bit. So today, for instance, I am making this amazing jacket from felt, and I'm making it for my daughter, and I'm making it for winter. And I could have gone and try and buy something like this. Well, I couldn't really. It would be way, way, way too expensive. This is made of felt. Lots of little squares of felt. This is the inside out. This is the right side. And I made it, and now I'm working it so it doesn't shed too much wool on her. On when she's wearing it. And I also I remember saying it a few times. I try to look at the world in a way where if I do little things of kindness, a few years ago, I heard what's her name, Blossom Goodchild, talking about someone who is putting $1 in the street every time he goes shopping once a week or whatever, and then imagining that someone is picking it up and they're very happy. And I started doing that, and I've been doing it ever since, and it's a lot of fun. Just to think that someone is just finding something like that and go wow, and it's that moment of happiness is so fantastic. And a few weeks ago I put $1, and then I walked to the shop, and on the ground I found $2, and I thought that God was laughing at me. It was quite hilarious and very sort of encouraging. I also do little paintings on pieces of wood that when Solly, my son, makes these wonderful spoons, and he has leftover pieces of wood out of it. So I take those pieces of wood and paint on them, and then at the back I write something good. You like this one is "You are all good, life is all for you," for instance. Or I put little sigils on them or whatever, and then I leave them in places, or I give them as a free gift in the market to anyone who wants. Or I do it on feathers, I paint on rocks, just because I think if so many times when you give something or someone gets something, receives something, it makes them happy. It makes all the difference. So yesterday we were talking to someone, and their opinion was that we need to learn to give without expectation of anything, not even our own happiness. And I, as you know, probably whoever knows me, I don't believe that. I believe that the act of giving is should come with joy, with self-joy, because that is making the world better, not just for the person that you just gave it to or the little good deed that you did, but it's also doing it for you, and you are very important. Each and every one of us is very, very important. That's the whole point, that because of that we can make a difference. So I was thinking that today, that the most important message is to go and find things that you can do, things that you can change. If you can grow something in your garden, and that makes a big difference. If you have too much stuff in your garden and you can take one or two of those things and give it to someone else, understand that we all came into this world to do something, to be someone, and we are very important. Someone who came into the world and learned how to make a lot of money, that's a wonderful thing. Good for them. Their lesson probably is how to share some of that money and do good things with it. Create, maybe support someone who is inventing something very, very special, or donate things for people that need it, or I don't know, open a teaching thing for children to learn how to fish. Because when you know how to fish, well, you always can feed yourself, or I don't know, anything. But that's part of the lesson for someone who came here and is able to make a lot of money, or is able, or was born into a wealthy family, or anything like this. And that way, they're going to make the world a much better place. Someone who came here and their lesson, or they came here and they're coming into the poor family, or the poor way of living, well, I believe that their mission here is not to walk around miserable, but actually, first of all, to show the world that being poor is not, and I'm talking about money poor, not poor inside our head, because that doesn't exist. Because a person that doesn't have a lot of money can be a very happy person, can be a very wealthy person, if they look at themselves and understand that this is wealth. Somebody might look at what I've got around and go, oh my God, this is not much. How do you manage with so little? But I don't see it as little. I see it as, I'm free. I've got food. I've got a car. I can do things. I'm not, like it's amazing. And I'm so satisfied and happy. And that is my mission. I wasn't born to make millions. I was born to bring joy to the world. So I find that and try and do something about it. And I think each and every one of us can understand can work out what it is that they can contribute. That person that I met yesterday was saying that, the Creator had brought here also people that are very evil, or they're bullies, and that's their purpose. And I said, well, actually, I believe that their purpose in the world is to learn how to defeat that part of themselves, how to recognize within themselves that what their tendency is not a very nice tendency, and what they can do to channel that energy into something that's positive. I remember learning a story once about a kid that was very, very aggressive, and the teacher channeled his energy towards helping at the butcher shop and eventually learn empathy to the animals that he was cutting up. And I am not saying that everyone should eat meat or not. I believe that everyone should be whatever they like. If you want to be a vegetarian, a vegan, a meat eater, it's all good in my talk here. But what I'm trying to express is that we can channel our energy in a positive way, even if that energy it can be really aggressive. It's okay that aggression, that power, that strength can be channeled properly if we recognize it within ourselves, or if we can recognize it with our children. Then we can help them to channel it in a way which will create something beneficial in this world, something beneficial for the family, something beneficial to the community, and so forth. So that's what I would like to encourage you today. I would like you to be able to come out of this with a little meditation of going inside yourself and having a bit of a breathing time for a minute. Take a breath in and out a few times. Find that center, find that grounding for a moment, and then sort of try and find within yourself that point, that place where you're quiet, and ask yourself the question, what is it that I came here to do? Or what is it that I can do now? It might not be the mission of my life, but right now, with where I'm at and what I've got, what can I do to benefit myself, to benefit my family, to benefit my community, to benefit the world? May it be a small thing or a big thing. What is it? And keep breathing. And if you don't get the message straight away, that's fine. Do it again later on. Do it again tomorrow. And I promise you that very soon you will find little things that you can do. And sometime an idea will come into your mind and you will just go, whoa, I can do this. That's fantastic. But even if it takes a little while, trust yourself. Trust that whatever it is you're supposed to do, or whatever it is that you can do now, or in the big picture, like a real purpose, will come to you if you take those few minutes of breathing, focusing, asking, talking to your higher self, talking to God, talking to your spirit guides, talking to your angel, whatever it is that you connect with. And all will come into place. Thank you so much for listening. I hope this video finds you in a place where you are able to take those few breaths. I wish for you all the good and the best. A happy Pesach, a happy Easter. I don't know any other holidays in other religions, but if there are any other holidays, spring, autumn, wherever you are, I wish you all the light and love that I can send and you're willing to receive. If you want to share this, I appreciate a few likes. I appreciate subscription. All is well. You have a wonderful, wonderful weekend.